everyone, and welcome to another edition of Coffee with Father James. I have my Our Lady of Guadalupe mug, not the official Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish mug, but the general theme anyway. You might be wondering where I am and why I'm wearing a jacket. Well, I'll start with why I'm wearing a jacket. It's freezing in here, and the heating takes a little while to turn on, and no point turning it on just for one room. But I am in the Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish Center. That is the old St. Peter's Parish Center up on the hill, which was the old rectory. This was the rectory. The priest used to live here. And before that, going way back into the mid 1800s, the old part of this building was the summer residence of the president of Dalhousie University when this part of town was in the boondocks in the middle of nowhere. So this is a very, very old building. It's seen a lot of history. And right now, it's kind of been sitting empty. Many of you may know that we have moved 3 of our staff into this building to make the big room down below in the main office free as a kind of boardroom, free to be used by the money counters or different meetings that happen. And so we have Roy, Director of Operations, upstairs, Brad, Director of Communications, upstairs, and Sherry, the Financial Manager, upstairs as well. Now, I'm here today in this place for a very specific reason. We have this weird setup for a very specific reason. This kind of weird blurry thing that you're seeing, slightly out of focus, is called an owl. Now, what the heck is that? It is a device that allows in-conference meetings. So behind the camera is a new big screen TV, and this owl basically has a rotating camera. So when you're in a meeting, if someone's on Zoom and like have you ever had this situation, maybe you're the only person not in the room? Well, this camera does this 360 thing. Whoever speaks, it whoosh, switches around and focuses on the person speaking, and it has a big speaker as well. So basically allows for meetings, hybrid meetings in person and in Zoom, which are kind of the thing these days with COVID and all of that. So it's here. We've got this new board table in this room. I'm in the bottom floor in the room on the right as you come in the door. Behind me is a couch, nice looking couch. And I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking, where the heck did he get all this stuff from? Where did he get this furniture? Is he spending more money? No, I'm not. I haven't spent a dime. And if you come into the main office and you come around the corner and you see the new desk there, or if you come into my office and there's what looks to be a new couch and chairs, the answer is also no. Because I got to tell you a story. There's a story behind all of this. And the story begins, I have to go back many, many years. But in 2014, I wrote a book in 2013, 2014. And the book kind of became widely read. It was translated into many languages. And as a result of the response to this book, which was a book which was proposing a theology and model for the renewal of a parish renewal. And the book was called Divine Renovation. And as a result of the response from around the world to this book, we founded at the time a ministry called Divine Renovation Ministry, which started off with like 2.5 people. And now we founded the ministry in 2016 after a big conference that we held, our first one. In the last 4 years, the ministry now has grown. We now have close to 30 staff, and we have an office in Australia. We have an office in the United Kingdom with a board of directors in those countries. We're opening offices in other countries soon. And our present staff is really spread throughout the world. We get staff in different parts of the world. But up until COVID, we had about 16, 17 staff working locally in Halifax. And we had an office building. We were on the 3rd floor of the Chalice building in Bedford. Now, to make a long story short, Divine Renovation Ministry, basically, Chalice needed the 3rd floor recently, so we were given notice. We weren't really using the office anyway, so we disbanded the office. And rather than pay money to put our furniture in storage, we have it here. We get a nice couch, we get a nice owl and big screen TV and other desks and furniture. And so it's a bit of a win-win. And also, we decided as a ministry, Divine Renovation Ministry, to continue for the most part working out of a virtual office, because that's what we've been doing. In fact, we were kind of doing that even before the pandemic, because we have staff in different countries. But we do have it. Divine Renovation has rented a room. So on the other side of the hall, the small room on this side, Divine Renovation is renting it and is paying a monthly fee to the parish for use of that room there. They're also renting a room in another parish over in Halifax. So I just wanted you to know that this is where the furniture came from, just in case you're thinking, is he spending more money and all of that? So the answer is no, I'm not. It's a real bonus for us. We get a whole bunch of fun stuff. Not only that, here's what else is happening. We in our old building, we had a studio, and we tore down the studio, and a lot of the parts we're actually going to be putting upstairs in the big room upstairs, and assembling the equipment there to have a kind of like mini studio that we can use for the sake of our parish. So that's good news for us. In addition, Divine Renovation Ministry is making a sizable donation to the parish, because I basically give, I probably give about 1/5 of my time, about 20% of my time in the course of a week to Divine Renovation Ministry. Now, the parish is still getting its more than full-time equivalent from me, but in recognition of that time and energy into this other ministry, the ministry is making a donation, a sizable donation of $31,000 to the parish, and also the rental in addition, and the use of the equipment. So I wanted you to know that. Now, what is Divine Renovation? I should have said that before I started. We basically support parishes around the world in their attempts to move from maintenance to mission, to become missionary parishes. You know, the kind of thing that our diocese and our popes for the last number of years have been asking us to do. So we do leadership coaching. We do a lot of support of parish priests and their leadership teams. We do a lot of webinars and one-on-one coaching and conferences and things like that. So that's what we do. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here in this room with my jacket on. And that's why that blurry thing is in front of me, the owl. So in addition to that, I want to touch base on a few other things very quickly. We had week 1 of the prayer series this past Friday. I think it was a great success. It went really well. It was a lot of fun to do. We had 75 people in person and over 50 streams live watching on the Zoom call, which would, they say, about 1.6 persons per stream. So it was 60, 70 people. So in total, we had about 145, 150 people live. And we've had several hundred views since the video is up on YouTube. You can check our YouTube channel if you want to see that. It was a great start. And our next session is this coming Friday. Father Rob is presenting on the topic of praying with Scripture, praying with the Word of God. So if you're already signed up, you don't need to sign up. You're good to go. If you want to register, you're most welcome. It would be great to have you join us live. Unfortunately, there's only room for you to join us online on the Zoom call, but it's a great experience. You know, in this building, and since the pandemic, when we had to shut down Sunday school classes, not a lot of things were happening up here, but there was one group of faithful, hardworking parishioners that have continued to use this space, and that's the group that prepares the food for the Food Project. Food, FOOD, stands for Feed Others of Dartmouth, and it's down at Margaret's house. It's about a 5-minute walk from here in the historic core of Dartmouth, and they serve meals every single day to the homeless, to the poor. And our parish, groups in our parish prepare 3 hot meals a month for Margaret's house. And the folks are in need of your support. Please visit the parish website, ourladyofguadalupe.ca. You go to outreach and the Feed Others of Dartmouth, and you'll see the needs there. There are needs for some ingredients. You'll see the recipes, and also a financial donation if you're able to do that. So that's a great project that we've been supporting as a parish for many, many years. As we continue through Lent, we are going to have an evening and a day of reconciliation, just like we did during Advent. So Lent is coming very quickly. I thought this was like weeks away, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's not weeks away. It's like next week. So on Thursday, March 11th, we're going to have evening prayer. So the Liturgy of the Hours, evening prayer, followed by the Sacrament of Reconciliation, available from 7:30. Evening prayer will be at 7 o'clock. Sacrament of Reconciliation from 7:30 to 9. We'll have priests available. And then the next day, all day Friday, we will have priests available after the 9 a.m. Mass until 4 p.m. So from 9:30 to 4 p.m. We're looking to have 2 priests available in that time. We're hoping to anyway. Of course, because of COVID, we need people to sign up. I know it's kind of weird signing up for confession. You can use a generic name, or you can use any name you want, maybe just your first name. What we want to do is simply to stagger the number of people who are coming into the church so people aren't waiting around. It's not the same restriction as we had in Advent when we were down to I think 10 people. So, but we still want to, try to stagger things out. Registration for the Sacrament of Reconciliation will start this coming Thursday on March 4th. It's a great part of Lent. Lent is a time of spiritual renewal. It's like your annual visit to the dentist, although a lot more fun. Like getting your teeth cleaned, like the plaque builds up and all of that. So think of it like that, spiritual checkup. There's a lot of grace to be experienced in the Sacrament of Reconciliation. And I think that's everything. It's everything. So it's finally getting warm here. I'm ready to take my jacket off now. Maybe someday if you're coming up to the parish center, you can stick your head in the door and see the owl. You can see the owl in person. Anyway, folks, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for putting up with my rambling. And I hope your coffee, it's a little cold. I hope your coffee's still warm. God bless. Bye now.